And are live.
You are now tuned in to Mind, Body, and Soul with ANet, where your hosts, ANet Harris, analyze intriguing life questions and concerns, such as, do Christians suffer from mental illness? Have you wondered why they act abnormal? Or you may ask, what is really going on in their minds? Do you need a net? Well, keep listening for a biblical understanding of the psychology of the mind.
All right, all right. Hey, guys. Welcome to another session of Mind, Body, and Soul with ANet. I'm your host, ANet Harris. I want to thank you in advance for joining us on today, for watching and or listening. Of course, before I get started, let me say a word of prayer. Lord, we thank you for this wonderful day that you've blessed us to see. We thank you for the bright sunshine. We thank you for who you are. We thank you for being able to come before your people and give to them what you have given to us. We ask that you would get the glory out of this session in everything we go to say and do. In Jesus' name we pray. And our opening scripture that I normally like to quote is the first part of Hosea 4:6, and it states, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee." And again, I'm so excited to be here on this afternoon. I always tell you, if you see my face around 12 o'clock on the Wednesday, that means it's time for Mind, Body, and Soul with ANet. And I'm so glad to be here with you all. Now, I do ask that when you come into the live feed, there are a couple of different ways you can listen to us on today. I have a live feed going on my page, ANet, known as ANet. And then also the audio portion of what we're doing now, the live feed, is on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, you can go ahead and do that at any time, but you can go ahead and type in YouTube and then type in GetCaughtInANet, ANET, and you will hear us live. Facebook, you will see and hear us live now. And when you come into the live feed on Facebook, go ahead, click the share button. I've tagged my guest that you see here. So it's on her page as well, in case we aren't friends. So please click that share button. I always tell you, it costs you nothing. Just click the share button, throw up the thumbs up, the hearts, the care buttons, if you will, just to let someone else know that Mind, Body, and Soul is on. And I'm so excited today because I have joining me a beautiful young woman, and we're going to talk about her on today because it was a couple things. I was booking her and asking her to come on because of all the things that I see that she does. She's so productive in society, if you will. And then as I thought further, when she said yes, and when I thought further, I'm like, wait a minute, she's Generation Z. And that all the more really wanted me, I really wanted to have her on so we can focus on what she is doing. And I have in the virtual studio with me on today. Jada White is in the house. How are you doing on today?
I'm good.
You're doing good? Yeah. Good. Now she has a light voice. I told her she got to use her outside voice when she when she talks. She has a light voice, but she's such a sweetheart. I mean, from the time that I met her, always have been, and just as I see her going on, she's such a go-getter. And I'm excited. So I wanted to introduce her to you all on today and to let you know what she's doing and to put her in the Mind, Body, and Soul spotlight. So let's see. I think what I want her to do, I want her to go ahead and introduce herself to you all in her own words, if she will, to tell everybody who is Jada White. And nobody can tell anybody who Jada White is except Jada White, right? So tell us about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Jada, and I'm 19 years old. I grew up on the west side of Chicago. The high school I went to high school at Holy Trinity High School, and I took my first year of college at Morton College, but I plan on transferring and taking online classes so I could have more time to pursue my business and what I want to do. And yeah, I'm Jada.
You're Jada. And you know what, Jada, she's the daughter of my good sister. I tell you, Nicola Jones. I just want to give her a little shout out because I know she's probably back there, maybe coaching you and stuff or what have you. I know her like the back of my hand. Okay, but no, that's good. I mean, you're 19 years old. Haven't even made it into your 20s yet. And I'm only stressing that because when you hear all the stuff, she was very modest in introducing herself, very modest, and very quick. But there are some things about her that you should know. And it just, you know what, when I look at the young generation, when I look at millennials, Generation Y, Generation Z, I get a lot of energy from you all. And I'm getting on up there in age, but you know, I can look at what you all are doing and appreciate it. And then of course, in appreciating, I want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing because you're making positive changes in this world, not only in your own life, but other people are watching you. You may not realize it, may not know it, but you're making positive changes. And I want to do whatever I can to help cultivate that, to encourage you to continue on. Let me see here. Since she was so modest, let me go ahead and just read a little bit. Now, she did say she's 19 years old. She's an entrepreneur. Since the age of 7, she didn't say this, she has shown an interest in the beauty industry. She's a girly girl, for real, for real. It says here at the age of 16, she turned her interest into her reality by picking up a lash line. Eyelashes, we need those, right?
Yeah.
One thing turned into another. Now she has her hands in just about everything beauty related. A year ago, she started working in a local shop, 10 toes down narrow bar. I think I've seen that on Roosevelt, you said, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Doing makeup on the weekends, where she rushed back and forth from school to the shop. Okay, see, got that hustle going on. During the pandemic, she was stuck in the house, not being able to do what she loved. And instead of being sad about it, she picked up another talent and mastered it. Now, Jada is working full-time doing makeup and nails. And she gives the address on Roosevelt Road, 2836. We're going to give her a little shout out because you guys can look her up, okay? West Roosevelt Road. She also started her cosmetics line during the pandemic, which she sold out within 24 hours after launching her website. Do you hear me? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Then also, since she started shipping her orders, she has shipped to over 10 different states in the past 2 months. She hopes to grow her cosmetics line. Right now, the only thing that's available on her website are lashes and lip gloss. That's because she sold out of stuff. All right, and then also it has here, she hopes to add more beauty products such as makeup, hair, wigs, etc. She also plans on opening up her own shop before the age of 21. And I'm believing God that that is going to happen, especially with her drive and her zeal. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So again, welcome Jada to Mind, Body, and Soul. I'm going to read a few of who are on our live feed here just to recognize you guys before we get started on today, to talk to Jada about this drive she has, because she can ignite some of us, right? All right, let's see. I see your mom tagging everybody. I appreciate that. Thank you, Nicola. She's on. I see Karen Peterson. Thank you for watching. Janetta Franklin. Olean, right? I hope I pronounced that right. Tiffany Brown. Hey, Brianna. And Janice Sims. Beatrice is on. Cynthia Mondin is on. Let's see. Is it Miranda Gray? I hope I pronounced it right. I hate mispronouncing people's names. Okay, Tiffany says a rare star. I agree, she truly is. I see you, Michelle Thomas. Thank you for watching, and thanks for sharing, Michelle. Seppi Justice is on. Darian is watching. Dewan, hey. He said, hey, Jade. All right, and Seppi says, hey, too. I hope I pronounced that right. Alicia is on. And Dwayne Jones, I don't know if I said your name earlier, but thank you for watching. Zandra is on as well. But yeah, guys, make sure you go ahead and click that share button. Click the share button because Jada's in the house. We want people to know what Jada is doing. So Jada, as I mentioned earlier about realizing that you were Generation Z, I went and pulled up some facts about Generation Z. Okay, so we've heard some of the positive labels or traits of Generation Z. Then we've heard negative. Now, some of the things that I've heard about Generation Z, they basically were raised on the internet or raised on social media, so to speak. Now, sometimes people may look at that in a negative sense. And there could be a variety of reasons for that, whatever, but do you agree with that particular?
Yeah, I agree with it because we always on our phone, and it's just that's what's popular right now. Social media, being on your phone, but it doesn't mean that it's negative because when I'm on my phone, I don't be doing nothing negative. It's all about my business because I take my clients with the booking app, so they go in and book, and I gotta go in and accept it. And I'm always talking to clients. I'm using my phone to take pictures. I'm using my phone to post. So social media, like, I take advantage of because everybody on social media, so I might as well get everybody attention in and get as many clients as I can possible. So
Okay, so you're using that to your advantage, basically.
yeah.
So you're not on there, y'all excuse me, whopping or anything like I sure did say that. But you're on there using it for positive reasons, to advance yourself, to advance your business. Okay, you got to keep all this stuff in mind as we're talking about it on today. Because, a lot of times we can look at some, again, from the outside and say, oh, they're always on their phones. I've even seen videos of people walking in the mall and they constantly on their phone, and they fall into the little pond or little water thing, and because they don't see anything else but their phones. But it can be used, to your advantage and for you to have great success with it. My Jada White, proud mama moment, says Zandra. Evelyn is on. Thanks for watching. Olean Wright says, so proud of my niece. Yeah, you all should be. You really should be, because, from, like I said, from what I see and what I have noticed, this girl is a true go-getter. Donna Faulkner is on. Zandra says, my bonus girl, love you and so proud of you. Favor of the Lord. All right, baby girl. Yes, I love it. Nia is on. Thanks for watching. I'm appreciating all of you joining us on today. Let's see here. Okay, let me go forward in some more of these facts that I have noticed, or actually that I researched, should I say, about Generation Z. So I pulled up an article, Jada, and it talked about actually some positives, some nine leadership traits about Generation Z. And I'm gonna just read them off, and you tell me whether or not you kind of agree with some of these. Some leadership traits of Generation Z: they're activists, meaning that they're visible in doing activist work. They're futurists, meaning tomorrow belongs to them and they're going to seize that opportunity. They're catalysts, which means that they are igniting change. Now, somebody got to start the fire. So that's what they're saying, okay? You're igniting that change. Lobbyists, they're not afraid to petition for their desires or their demands until they see results. An optimist, you possessing a picture of a preferred future, how you want the future to look. You're optimistic about it. Pragmatist, you're more practical and resourceful as a teenager than previous generations. Now, I said there were 9 traits. I'm gonna stop right there at pragmatist, because I see that more and more, because I'm gonna tell you, at your age, Kimberly, what was I doing at your age? I don't know if I really wasn't doing all of that, but that's what I said. And as opposed to previous generations, you all are using your resources and you're being resourceful, if you will, and more practical at this, as a teenager than a lot of us were. Now, some of y'all on here, We much older. You may or may not agree with that, but I think it's true. What do you think about that, Jada?
I think it's true because it's like it's easier. Like everybody just out here giving out information, so like why not take it? You know, it's easy to do. It's like again, the phone. It's easy to do research. It's easy to look up stuff and do whatever you want to do. So why not like use it to your advantage? I
Right.
agree. I agree.
Okay, all right. What about a futurist? Do you
Yeah,
agree with that?
I believe that personally because just because of me, like I'm always looking towards the future, like what I see myself. So that's how I keep going every day. Like, what can I do tomorrow to make me better? Or what can I do next week? I actually write down goals for the future and I write them down in a book and I like cross them off when I achieve them and I give myself a date for them. So
I love it. I love it. And sometimes I'm looking at your posts. Your posts inspire me. They really do. And especially when you get to checking things off
mm-hmm.
that you wanted to accomplish. And I think it inspires me because it tells me I can do some stuff myself too.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you all can agree. We can learn something from Generation Z. It's not just because we're older, we know everything. I look around to see what I can learn from you all. Even the millennials as well. I love to highlight them and what they're doing that, again, is also so I can learn, some things from you all. And sometimes you all have those shortcut ways of doing things. I'm like, ooh, I could do that too. All right, let's see. Now, what about a catalyst igniting change? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, reading the bio that you gave me, you mentioned about when the shutdown happened and the coronavirus shut everybody down. You said you didn't just you were sitting in the house with nothing to do, but you made a change.
Mm-hmm.
You were a catalyst. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do something with my time here. I'm not just gonna sit here and twiddle my thumbs. Where back in the day, if this had happened, this pandemic had happened, when some of us were younger, I'm not necessarily sure if we would have kind of jumped into doing that. We probably would have been like, okay, we'll just sit here and just wait this out, And I know it depends upon the individual too and their drive, but kind of on a whole, you definitely are making a change. I see Tiffany says we can teach Generation Z the required soft skills. I like that. Okay. Michelle Thomas says we most definitely can. They're a smart generation, saying that we can learn from them. Let's see, Carolyn Smith, I see you on. Thanks for watching. Dewan says definitely resourceful. I agree. Delois, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. And let's see. Let me see some other. I got down to specialists. Number 7 is specialists. You find a cause to focus on.
Yeah. So
You agree with that?
yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, good. Let's see. Enthusiasts. You have a passion that's unbridled. So you like really, really go for it.
Yep.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And I'm sure that can kind of help you, in whatever you want to accomplish, your business or what have you. You have to have that enthusiasm. And then number 9 says a strategist. You plan to improve the world long term.
Mm-hmm.
You agree with that as well?
Yep.
Okay. All right. She says yes. All right. All right. Now, with thinking or looking at all of this, I also did a comparison from Generation Z to Generation Y. Y is before you guys. So there are some things that it says Generation Z does. They say that you all save money.
I do.
Your mom has told me. I know that to be true about you for sure.
Yep.
It also says that you all shop online.
Oh yeah. I was saying.
Okay. I think I got a little Generation Z in me for that because I love to shop online. Also, it says now you all are growing up basically in like a recession. You've grown up in when terrorism has happened, violence, volatility, complexity. And then also it says you all don't want to be tracked. You prefer Snapchat or, now these other two I never heard of, Secret or Whisper. You heard of those?
I don't know that.
You heard of Snapchat though, all right?
Yeah, Snapchat, yeah, I'm on Snapchat.
Okay, all right. It also says that you all want to co-create. You want to do more live stream and kind of, you know, be your own producer type.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now, in terms of sports, and we know you're a basketball player, it says you all look more at sports as a health tool as opposed to playing the game.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's true.
Okay, now why would you say that? Because look, you all look at the back of her, she has her jerseys up. So why would you say, let's stop there and talk about the sports aspect? Why would you say that that's true?
Well, basically, it's not just because we know that, like, well, for being a girl, we know that everybody not gonna make it to the WNBA. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, it's not. Well, if it does, congratulations. Like, but 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna happen unless you just Michael Jordan Jr. So yeah, basically it's like it's fun and you use it as like family because the people on your team, they like your family. So you bond with them and then at the same time you still working out, you being active and you going places, you traveling. So it's just something to do like on the side for fun. It's not really a career. It could be if you really want it, like go get it, of course, but yeah.
Get it, you know, and I can kind of see what it's saying, you know, in that sense. Because yeah, we back in the day, you know, as far as sports is concerned, it was we were just doing it for the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I can understand how you feel that way. Okay, all right. Now let's see. It also says that you all communicate more through images, icons, and symbols.
That's true.
Is that true?
Yeah.
When you're texting or something, or
Yeah, when you text, like sometimes you don't even have to say a word. Like you don't even have to text a word, but you know, like emojis and gifts, like you know what you're trying to say without even having to say a word. I agree with that.
Okay. Now, Jade, I'm gonna be honest. I had to learn how to do all that. Okay. When I first started texting, my friends would tease me. They were like, "Why are you texting out a whole paragraph?" I'm like, every word. No, I wasn't short. You know, I wasn't shortening up anything. A whole thing. It'd take me a while. It takes me a while to get it out. They were like, you know, you can use some shortcuts. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead. Okay. All right. I get it. Let's see. Oh, now this is interesting. Now it says that you all, the Generation Z, you will cope with multi-generational households, meaning like, you know, more than one generation in your house, and or in marriages. You'll cope with that better than previous generations.
I don't know that.
You are too funny. You're too funny. I can kind of see that because I'm knowing different ones who are Generation Z, and sometimes they're living, they have of course, their parents, maybe their grandparents are living with them, or, you know, other generations are also living with them. You know, that's kind of in basically what that last point is saying. Let's see. I see you, Serena. Thanks for watching. And I mean, I see you guys here on the live feed and also on the watch party. Apostle Miles, I do see you watching. I'm just recognizing a few more people on here. Nicole says she definitely saves her money, but she spends our money.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
You gotta learn some things, Nicole. Mimi is on. She says, Jada, thanks for coming in, Mimi. We appreciate you. Let's see here. Who else? Mark is on. Thanks for watching, Mark. Christine Fair. And Carolyn Smith says, I have 3 grands in Generation Z. Yes, they shop online. Yeah, I can understand that. I definitely can. This is interesting. Now, I'm glad you guys are throwing in your comments. And if you have any questions or comments, or as I'm talking about these different traits about Generation Z or about Jada today, I'll open up the phone lines. Even if you want to call in on today, maybe you just want to give a shout out and say hi to Jada. I'm going to put the number in here as I'm talking. you are more than welcome to do so. But I will definitely get to your comments on here and read them. And we just want to welcome her in, and just appreciate her for her drive and again, her enthusiasm. Michelle says, I can agree with that generational coping point. They are more apt to adapt and deal with others. But me, on the other hand, I may be too set in my ways and not willing to accept certain behaviors and ways from others. Yeah, she gets what that point was saying. That is now that's something that's not easy to come by. Being able to deal with all different kind of generations in the same house. That that's something to behold. Uh, let's see. Oh, Carolyn says her grands live with their great grandmother. So yeah, it definitely happens. It definitely happens. So Jada, so let's take it back a little bit. I know I read a little bit about your bio, but let's take it back. I didn't realize your love for the beauty culture, if you will, began at such a young age. But I want to talk a little bit more about your sports, about your basketball, because this young lady, she was making strides in that area as well. I remember even going to your eighth grade graduation. Eighth grade graduation, and it was wonderful. And then after that, you going on to high school, and the posts that I would see you playing and making accomplishments. And let's talk about that a little bit, because obviously you had a love for playing basketball. How did that even come about?
Okay, so it actually at first I didn't want nothing to do with basketball because I was so girly. Like I was such a girly girl. But everybody, when I was in grammar school, they kept telling me like I'm too tall to not be playing basketball. So I started playing, and then me and my daddy, he loved that because like he don't have no boys, so he loved that I started playing basketball. So we got in the court together, and he basically taught me everything. And I started at, how when people play basketball, they start at a young age. I started kind of late. I was in like 7th grade when I started playing basketball. So yeah, but so after grammar school, I went to Holy Trinity and I played basketball. The first day of tryouts, I made the varsity team, and I had just started playing basketball. So the first day of tryouts, he told me like, I don't want you on JV, I want you on varsity. So I played varsity all 4 years, and on top of playing at school, I had an AAU team that I played for because I was like, why not use this to get a scholarship to go to college, because college is expensive, and why not use it? So my AAU team and my coach Grover, he helped me get like recognition from all these schools and stuff. So I decided to go to Morton because it was close, and I knew I wanted to stay home because this is where my business at, and I want to grow my business here. So I went on and got another full ride scholarship in college to play basketball. So yeah.
Okay. All right. And so were you playing in college as well?
Yeah, I played.
Okay. I'm sure everything is like a little different now because of the pandemic or what have you. But I know you mentioned earlier, were you planning to transfer or something to a different?
Yeah. So actually, I'm not gonna play basketball no more because it's a lot. It was a lot trying to go to school. I was basically still in high school. I was at school from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. So it was kind of hard because I still want to pursue my business. I still want to, be in the shop and make my money. So I'm not gonna be playing basketball no more. I'm actually gonna transfer and start taking online classes so I could get my license and my degree at the same time while still working. So
okay.
But I do still want to be around basketball. I hope that after I get this business rolling and the beauty industry, I want to have my own AAU team. So.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do. Because I don't just want to forget basketball because I love basketball. I always want to be around it. So.
Okay, explain to me about an AAU team.
The AAU team, I basically want to do what my coach did for me. I want to help young girls and young men get into college through basketball. So I want to give kids the exposure to, play and keep going on and on, even after college. So, yeah.
Okay, what does AAU stand for?
I forgot. Athletic University. something. I don't know. It stands for something, but it's basically, it's like, it's a team outside of school. So it's directly to get you exposure to colleges. So you go to different colleges and you play and you practice on top of practice. So yeah, it's just like a higher level of basketball.
Okay. All right. I got you. But obviously your heart, like you said, you want to pay it forward. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to pay it for you. And I understand and from reading posts that your coach was very instrumental in
Mm-hmm.
helping your basketball career. So I love that. Dwayne says your gift will make room for you. Let's see here. Adrian, I see you on. Thanks for watching. Zandra says, yeah, Ernest, great dad, girl dad. All right. Margie Tate is on. Gregory Johnson Sr., thanks for watching, cousin. We appreciate you. I think I mentioned Crystal Fair. Again, if you're just not joining us on today, we're talking to Jada White. She is Generation Z, but now we know that's the last letter of the alphabet, but we are not saying that we know that Z is last. We understand that. But you know, the strides that this young lady is making and what we're looking at when we're looking at Generation Z, they're definitely at the head of their class for sure. And we can definitely learn a lot from them on today. Zandra says, great giving back, Jada. Apostle Miles says there are 4 generations in her household, but it works out good. We do a lot of praying and trying to be the best example for my great grandson, who is 5. She doesn't tolerate nonsense. I pray for all generations because I love kids, our generations for today and to come. Yeah. And we are seeing more and more of that, you know, the generations, more than one generation in the household. That's definitely, you know, something that's not uncommon nowadays. They're giving shout outs to Mr. Grover. That was your coach, right?
Yeah, he was actually my teacher in grammar school and then my coach in high school. So I've been knowing him for the longest.
Wow, wonderful. But that's good that obviously he saw something in you,
Mm-hmm.
to encourage you to cultivate, so that you can become the best. And then obviously it paid off. You got to college and you know, immediately made varsity. That's, you know, that doesn't happen all the time. So you had to, even though you started late playing basketball, you obviously had to have some kind of skill there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't dribble a ball to save my life, so you know. So my hat is off to you. So I love that. I love it so much. Now, you did mention, as you talked about basketball, that it wasn't necessarily the type of sport that you would have thought you were going into because you were a girly girl.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that, because, and you even mentioned the WNBA, because now I'm gonna tell you, I used to cheer for a girls basketball team when I was at DePaul University.
Mm-hmm.
I was a cheerleader for that team. And you know, not all the time that they would be girly. I'm just gonna say it as nice and easy as I can. But I would notice with Miss Jada, she was still girly, just all the way. I mean, and so it comes out in the industry that she's involved in, the beauty industry, you know. So what made you be attracted to the beauty industry?
I don't even know. It's like when I was younger, so I just always seen like girls like in the shop. Like my grandma, she always made sure I could have my hair did. She always make sure I had my nails done, my toes done. So I was always with my grandma. My grandma made sure everything was, you know, everything was everything. So that's kind of why. And I used to live with my grandma for a shorter period amount of time, and she had like a little vanity where she'll sit down and get dressed, you know, put her wig on, and that just always just like was interesting to me, and I seen it like everywhere I go, and I like noticed it, and I like, you know, was interested in it, but I never really like, you know, dove into it until I turned like 16. That's when I really was like, I could do this. So.
And you're 19 now, so obviously you're the big, you know, you did a lot in 3 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, in that respect. But that's good. So obviously, you had a benefit from that generational household. You said you lived with your grandmother for a little bit, you know, so that's generational household right there.
Yeah.
But you benefited from watching her. So that I can see that that's where it came from. I love it. I love it. And you obviously hop on it and you're doing something about it. I see you, Divine Favor. Thank you so much for joining us. Mike Wilson, Arnett, Latasha, Tony is on, Elise Crawford, Demetrius Hunt. I appreciate all of you guys for watching on today. We're talking to Jada White, Generation Z, and she is an entrepreneur. She is a makeup artist. She is a nail technician. She is a businesswoman. And so we're highlighting her today in Mind, Body, and Soul Spotlight. So let's try and hop over to some of these businesses that you have going on, you know, in the beauty industry. And I guess I didn't really realize, you know, what all that you were doing and how it could be just labeled under that heading, you know, the beauty industry. So let's talk about that. You said you got started around 16.
Yeah.
All of that. So talk to us.
Okay, it's a lot, but okay, so I started doing makeup 3 years ago, but I never took clients. I just used to do makeup on myself and post it. And then people was like, you need to start taking people because that's money. You need to start, you know, doing like little faces, like mini beats with people. So I'm like, okay, so I started that, but it wasn't like big. I just started doing friends and stuff for, you know, little events. And with doing makeup, you can't have a makeup look without lashes. So I'm like, let me start getting on the lashes. So I actually started my lash line when I was 16. I think I was like a freshman or a sophomore in high school. So yeah, I started that and it went big. It was like real popular on the west side of Chicago. And this is when I didn't have no car. So my daddy, he was picking me up to go sell my lashes. And I didn't really want to like ship because I didn't think that my clientele was that big to actually go out and ship packages. So we'll just drop them off local. So if you was local, we'll drop them off to you. So after the lashes, I immediately said like, I want to start having lip gloss. I want to start selling lip gloss. And I just couldn't really find like a vendor that would make it how I wanted to make it because I knew I didn't have the time to make my own lip gloss. I just knew I didn't have the time. It's just gonna be too much. So it was hard finding a vendor that's like actually listening to what I want. So I was trying out all these different vendors and wasn't nobody making it how I wanted the lip gloss to be made or how I wanted to appear or how I wanted to smell. Like wasn't nobody making it how I wanted to make it. So it took time. It took time to find like the right vendor. So after that, like looking, I stopped looking for a while because it was just irritating me. So I started back doing the makeup real heavy, and this is when I was considering being in a shop, but I still wasn't sure if I should go ahead and make that step because I didn't think my clientele was that big. And when you're in a shop, you got to pay booth rent. So I wasn't sure like if I'll be able to have the money every week to pay booth rent. I wasn't sure. So I was still working from home, and then a lady reached out to me and she was like, hey, I have a new shop opened up and your work is really good and I want you to come see it and, you know, I'll lay down the rules of the shop, this, that, and the third. So I told my mom about it. My mom, she was like, yeah, like you need to get up out of here doing makeup because it was like, it was people coming in and out her house and I understand that she ain't like that. So, you know, you got to respect her at the same time. So I talked to Mimi about the shop and I seen that and it's close, it's real close to the house. It's like 10 minutes away. So I seen the shop and she told me like where I'll be working at. And I'm like, okay, I could do this. And I was only working weekends. So I'm like, I could do this. Because people get their makeup done on the weekends because they go outside. So yes, I'm like, okay, I could do this. So I started, and ever since I started working, like I never had a problem and I couldn't pay booth rent. Like my clientele kept coming, and it grew while I was in the shop. Like it grew a lot since the time I've been in the shop. So I was working in the shop, and then the pandemic came. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do makeup. I can't take my clients. I can't do nothing. So I was like, and then I needed my nails done so bad. I was like, man, I can't go to the shop and get my nails done. I can't do nothing. So I started watching YouTube and I learned how to do my own nails. And I'm like, I just learned this too fast. Like I just took this on too fast. So I'm like, I'm finna start working in the shop and doing nails. So I talked to the lady who now owns the shop And she told me like, yeah, you might as well, like, you're good. And I'm not licensed yet. So she was like, yeah, you're good. Like, you can come work. So right now I'm taking up 2 booths at the shop doing nails and makeup and toes. So I'm doing all that. And then during the pandemic, I also finally found a lip gloss vendor to make the lip gloss how I want it. So during the pandemic, I think this was like, I'm not even sure if I think I started the lip gloss, I don't know if it was a month. It was probably like a month or 2 ago. And every since I opened up the lip gloss, I'm always sold out. Like right now, my website sold out. I made one post like, yeah, I'm gonna have my lip gloss, and I got like 6,000 shares, and people was sharing it like, this is like, she's doing so much, she's doing so good, like I want to support this, that, and the third. And as soon as I launched that website, it was like less than 24 hours I had sold out of all my lip gloss. So then I added my lashes on that too, because why not sell my lashes and my lip gloss on the website? So I added my lashes on there and I sold out of that too. And I plan on having like more stuff on the website. I want to have hair, wigs. I want to have everything on the website, makeup, all that.
Okay. Wow. And I'm seeing people on here saying, wow, that's really interesting. Especially you selling out like that. But I want to back up a little bit, because obviously, you post, because I would see your posts sometimes when you do your makeup. So that's where they saw you and asked you to come to a shop. You thought you were working in a shop, but you didn't know how that would work out for you. Right. You see how the Lord was blessed and worked all that out? Obviously, you had a desire there, and he worked it out for you. Right, exactly. And now you say you got like 2 booths going, and I'm gonna tell you, she is busy. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? She's busy, but it's a good busy. And she loves it. She's enjoying it. And I'm seeing her work. I'm seeing the finished product, and it's wonderful. She does a wonderful job. I think when you were, was it when you were in high school though, before you started all this, you were doing people's makeup for prom and stuff? Lashes? Yeah. See, I remember. See, I've been watching you. I remember all of that, and then being appreciative of being able to get to you. I hope this is encouraging somebody on today, whether you are Generation Z, your child, grandchild, whoever. I hope it can encourage you that they can make a difference too. This young lady she's out there, she's doing it, and she's making a difference, and she's telling you basically you don't have to kind of sit back. You can go forward and do this. Whatever your goals are, you can meet them. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're on here, and we have to make sure that we put your information, IG or whatever accounts, how they can contact you, because they are very impressed by what they're hearing on today. Let's see. Divine says, oh, okay. Hang on, Divine. Oh, she's saying that basically she hoped that you could encourage her daughter. Is listening on today. Okay, I see you. Thank you for allowing your daughter to watch as well. Zandra says, businesswoman, say it loud. I love it. Trida, we thank you for watching. Brianna says, I love it. Divine says, I pray that the young lady can share anything of encouragement with her daughter as in starting a new year at a Christian school that's predominantly Caucasian, and just pointers in life that can help her. She is doing virtual school, but on a break. Can you give some encouragement to a young lady? Because
she's going to high school, college. What is it?
That's a good question, Divine. Is it high school, college? Maybe Jada can try and answer that for you. Maybe you can clarify. We see that you said she's going to a Christian school that's predominantly Caucasian, and just pointers. Let me see if she.
Okay. Well, I could say that I went to a Christian school, grammar school, and high school. So it's different, but I grew up in a Christian home. So it wasn't nothing that I wasn't really used to, because I grew up, in the church. So it was like the same. Even though I did go to a Catholic school, it was like it was different. Like I was learning different stuff, but at the same time, like I knew what my faith was toward to. So
Yeah.
it wasn't hard for me because I just grew up in a Christian home. So it wasn't hard. But it wasn't hard for me like being around people that's not my color, because grammar school the Christian school I went to, it was on the west side. It was in the ghetto. It was on Pulaski and Roosevelt. So it was all black people. It was all black people in there, but at the same time it was still a Christian school. Then I went to high school and it was a Catholic school, but it was mostly people like Hispanics. We had Chinese people, we had everybody up in there. So it wasn't hard to adapt, because like it's kind of interesting learning about people that's not the same color as you, or don't have the same traditions of you. So it's not hard. Like just go for it, and you got to be open. Just be open to learn new things about new people. It wasn't hard for me. You just gotta have an open mind about it. You can't be stuck because I'm the only black person. I've been the only black person in my class before. It don't really make a difference. So
That's good advice though.
mm-hmm.
Basically what you're saying, you have to have an open mind to learn about others,
Mm-hmm.
other races, but then also make sure you have your focus on what you're doing.
Right.
Not let that deter you. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's see. Hopefully that helped, Divine. Jamone is on. Thank you for watching, my cousin. We appreciate you. D'Angelo said that's my little bug. I think they all call you Bug. Him and your mama. All right, let's see. Latasha says, way to go. George Gabbins is on. We appreciate you. Michelle Molly. Yeah, this is really, really inspirational, to be honest with you. You starting up, these businesses, and basically it's almost like you kind of have like tunnel vision. You were going to do it and you went forward. Mm-hmm. Now, with that in mind though, a lot of times we may have goals in mind, things that we are trying to accomplish, that we want to accomplish. Like you said, you will write stuff down. Mm-hmm. But we know that sometimes we'll get pushback. Yep. Something that's going to try and knock us off or discourage us, or maybe even you're like, man, should I really be doing this? Mm-hmm. You're questioning yourself. How did you get beyond those times? Because I know they came.
Yeah, they came. Ooh, they came. But it's like, if you really want to do something, you gonna make it happen. No matter what it is, if you really want to do it, it's gonna happen. And I just write everything down. After I write it down, I pray over it, I manifest it, and I tell myself, like, I could do this, like, it's gonna happen. It might not happen exactly the date that I write it down for, but I know it's gonna happen. For example, I wanted to buy a car. And when I wanted to buy a car, this was like a month ago, I ain't had no money for no car at all. I didn't have no money for a car because I was buying all these materials for nails. I was buying, because I just started doing nails, and the stuff to do it is not cheap. So I was buying everything to, take my clients, because my clients, they was coming. So I was basically putting all my money into my materials. But I'm like, yeah, I need a car because I can't keep asking my dad to go drop off lashes or to go drop off lip gloss. He's not going to want to do that the rest of his life. So I wrote it down, and I said that I want to have it by this date. And every week I was saving money. I was putting up money. After I paid my booth rent, I was putting up half of the money that I had left. And I really wasn't spending. I was just putting up my money, just putting it up, just saving it. And I finally made enough to, go in and put the down payment. And when I had it, I just wanted to, just go. And everybody was mad at me. My whole family was mad at me because I was doing it on my own, because they was like, I'm supposed to be there. And I understand that. I feel that. But at the same time, it was like, I just had to go do it because, like, I had it and I was praying over it, and I just wanted to do it on my time. When you have to wait on other people, you'll be waiting months. So I'm like, yeah, I got to go do it. And it was hard. It was, but you just got to make it happen. Certain people gonna say stuff. People gonna always have something to say when you're doing good or bad. People gonna always have something to say. So you just got to ignore that, and you just got to keep pushing, because if you want it, you can go get it.
Yeah. I love it. Beautiful. Beautiful explanation. Beautiful. I love it. And that can encourage any generation. I'm telling you. She set her mind to it. You had to make sacrifices, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
To that, talking about you not spending money, you're saving money, you know, that you knew that you had to do that. I'm very impressed. I'm just very impressed. And even going back to, you know, when you're dealing with obstacles in your way, when you initially talked about the lip gloss and you really couldn't find a vendor, what you were exactly looking for. For you to have already in your mind, no, it's got to be, I'm just going to name it, it's got to be strawberry and it's got to smell like this. You know, you were determined and you said you had to step back from it for a little bit. You couldn't find a vendor. Then you started focusing on the other stuff.
It just came.
It came. Yeah. You finally found a vendor. So I love that tenacity. I love that determination that you had. And you didn't let anything deter you. And so now you're living this dream now, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, if you don't think you can learn anything from this young lady, trust me, you're incorrect, because you can't learn. Zanzra says, yes, this car story kept me laughing. She made it happen. But Gil, I see you on. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. You guys that are just not joining us, make sure you go ahead and click that share button. Click the share button on today. We're here live on my Facebook page, ANet, known as ANet. Jada is tagged. And then also the audio portion of today's session is on my YouTube channel, Get Caught in ANet, ANET. So we're talking with her today, this Generation Zer, if you will. She's talking about all of her accomplishments. And, you know, again, I wanted to put her again in the spotlight today so that we can chat about, talk about what she has done, seeing what we can learn from her, and, seeing how we can help to improve us. Now, Divine says, Destiny is looking into starting a lipstick line. This is amazing. Okay, so her daughter's looking into
Tell her, go ahead, go do it, do the research, and don't just put out anything. Don't go with your first vendor you see. Like, test out, before I put anything out, I test out like 10 different vendors. I buy samples and I test everybody out, and I just see, like, is this what I really want to put out here? So tell her to go ahead, do her research, find at least 10 vendors. Before she find the vendors, write down a list of what she wants in her lip gloss. Or her lipstick, like all the qualities of the lipstick she wants. Tell her to write them down. And then find the vendors, and if the vendor have it, check it off. Put the name next to it, check it off. And you pick the best vendor for you. Don't go with the cheapest vendor. Don't go with the highest vendor. Don't go with the person that has the cheapest shipping. Don't go with the person that's got the highest shipping. You gotta go into what you write down and the qualities that you want in your product. That's what you go ahead and pick your vendor by.
I love it. I love it. Because probably in your search, sometimes it may tire you out and you may say, okay, let me just go with that. No, make sure you write down what you want. Make sure all of your points are checked. Love it. And you know what, guys, we can take that. We may not be starting a lipstick business, but we can take that advice in our everyday lives, actually. The things that we're trying to accomplish and our goals and everything, we can definitely take this in. Oh, this is so good. I'm enjoying you today. It looks like they are as well. Chloe, I see you on. Thanks for watching. Divine said, it's very hard for me to find people that will share with you how they did it and to share connections. I believe in sharing. It's enough money to be made. So she's thanking you for your...
Yeah, I feel that, because it was hard for me too, because I see on social media, you see people that's just doing so good in their business, and you wonder, like, I wonder how they did that. I wonder, and being young, like, older people inspire me that's doing the same thing as me. They inspire me. But you do have people out there that's stingy with, giving out information. And I'm never like that. It's like people text me every day. They text me every day about how did I do this, or how did I get this done? And I'm willing to help. So if you know somebody, just send them to me, because I don't mind sharing, because it is enough money for everybody out here.
You have such a beautiful heart. Yeah, thank you. That's good. Divine said this is good, and thanks for sharing. This is wonderful. Yeah, guys, I'm getting more and more encouraged listening to her today. Julia is on and says, "What a positive attitude, a wonderful young lady." Olean says, "Great advice." I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I see you, L'Oreal. I believe that's how you pronounce your name. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys. Make sure, again, you click that share button. Click the share. Buddy says here, when you choose to be an entrepreneur, you gotta have a laser-like focus. Stay on your track and treat your business like a job and not a hobby. Be encouraged, young lady. So yeah, Buddy Gill, thanks for that. That was good advice.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's do this. I'm gonna take a pause real quick. I don't know if Brianna is on or if your mom can do it. I need somebody to start putting in her IG information, her social media information, so that they can contact Ms. Jada in case they're looking for her services or what have you, or some encouragement tips that she's willing to share. I don't know if anybody can put that in the comments section for us. And you're on, Brianna. Thank you, sweetie. Can you put that on for us? Maybe Jada's, what do you have? Instagram?
I have Instagram, and I have a booking website, and I have a website for to order stuff. So
oh, wonderful.
Everything is on my.
Does she know all of that?
Yeah, Brianna, everything can be found on my Instagram though. Brianna knows my Instagram, so.
Okay, all right, so she's gonna put it up. She told us to give her a second. I appreciate that, Brianna. I'm gonna be able to make sure they locate her, because I'm gonna have to scoot on over there and get my nails done in a few seconds. Anyway, she's laughing, but I'm serious. TT gotta get over there. Let's see, Divine says, "I've shared and have tons of people who I want to tag." Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that's fine. Divine, Brianna is going to put up the information. She says everything can go through her Instagram and you can be able to contact her there. And anybody else that's interested in contacting Ms. Jada on today. What I want to do, because Jada is such a busy woman, we can't keep her on all day, but I want to kind of go through this last little piece of information here, because I want to encourage those of us that are not Generation Z to help cultivate this generation, individuals like Jada. And I just want to kind of leave a few things with you all on today, because we want to make sure that they finish what they start. Divine was already on here asking for tips, to help with her daughter. And so here are some things here, and Jada, you can tell me if this will help as well for your generation to accomplish their goals. So I have here, in terms of a long-term perspective, we need to help them plan and anticipate the outcomes of their actions. So did you have anybody kind of help you in that respect? Maybe, I don't know if it was just a matter of sitting down, just talking about what you want to do, maybe family members, your mom or somebody like that. Would that help if we were there to help you kind of plan and anticipate?
Yeah, because I know when I kind of do it by myself, but before I actually go do it, I go and sit down and talk to my mom, and I just yell and just talk and just ramble on about everything. And she listens and she encourages me and pushes me, because she, at this point, she like, you know what, you're going to do what you want to do. So so yeah, you basically just need somebody to listen. Just listen, that's all.
Right. Okay. All right. So long-term perspective, guys, let's help them to plan and anticipate the outcomes of their actions. The next one is equipping. So we want to help to develop their people skills and train them in strategic thinking. What do you think about that point?
Well, I don't really have, me personally, I'm just real good with people. I'm a people person. I love people. I can come off as shy. Sometimes it just depends on like who I'm with. But if I'm around the people that I know and they bring me around new people, it's easier to, talk. But I think overall I'm a people's person, because I grew up in the church and it's people in the church. I grew up playing basketball. It's 100,000 people in the in the court. So I just grew up around people, so it's easy to, talk to people.
Okay, well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. So we know of anybody that is maybe they'll don't their people skills are lacking. So we want to try and help them out so that they can, accomplish their goals again, as we're
Mhm.
talking about on today. All right. Then I think one of the last ones I have is encouragement. We want to give them encouragement on their dreams.
Yeah.
Encourage them, offer them hope. And this is most important, believe in them. Offer them hope and believe in them. My mother used to always say, you have to know your children. You have to know them, whether you have more than one child or whatever, know them, know, what ticks them off, know what makes them upset, know what makes them happy. But we want to still encourage you all to have your dreams and to accomplish them. What do you think about that point? Did you have that? You think that's important?
Yeah, that is important because whatever you want to do, sometimes you just want the okay from your parent. Like you just want the I believe in you, the little push, because it'll take you a long way. Just that some parents they don't even recognize it or they don't even know, but it helps a lot.
Okay. All right. So you guys hear that? It helps. So let's help them to reach their long-term perspective, their anticipate the outcome of their actions. I'm just recapping. We want to equip them, help them to develop their people skills and train them in strategic thinking. And we want to encourage them with their dreams. We want to offer them hope and believe in them. Yes, we're older, than they are, but we can do what we can. We can do our part. And I'm sure a lot of you probably you may have children Jada's age or nieces and nephews. So hopefully, even on today, this session in and of itself can help you to cultivate them in what they need to do. Buddy says you can get what you want by helping others to get what they want. It's then when you will realize success. I love it. Brianna has placed Jada's website and I think some other handles on here for you to be able to contact Ms. Jada. Her IG page, thank you. She put it on there. Thank you so much for that. You all can look her up. Go to that website if you want to order some beauty products, those that are not out of stock. I'm sure she'll get those restocked soon.
Real soon.
Okay, all right. Dr. Regina Brooks, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. But yeah, this has been inspirational again to myself. Auntie Ida, I see you on. Thanks for watching. And Dolores Howard has just popped in. Many of you will probably have to be kind and rewind, listen to the entire session from the beginning, because we just wanted to chat a little bit with Miss Jada, put her in the Mind, Body, and Soul spotlight on today to talk about her accomplishments. I think the last thing that I saw you do, you mentioned about your car. That floored me. I was like, wow. And then she did this on her own. I was impressed. I was so excited for you and everything. And like you said, you don't have to run your dad around trying to deliver lashes. You can do it yourself if you find the time. But this is good stuff. Jada, I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to continue on, young lady. There's no limit to what God has in store for you. And I'm just appreciative of you coming on and being able to share with us those things that you have definitely accomplished thus far. And I'm just looking for some great things from you. And I know it's going to happen. You mentioned already about by the age of 21 that you want to, there's some things you want to do. Then you said it already. So we're looking for that. We're looking for that, and we want to encourage you in that respect. What I want to do right now is actually, before we let Jada go, I want to play a spoken word that was penned by Elder Kevin McGee. And I want everybody to take a listen to it. Let me see if I can get it set up and see if we can, and I'm gonna get it set up so we can have it played today. I want to preface it by saying we appreciate Elder McGee and how he pens a spoken word every week for Mind, Body, and Soul. And we don't take it for granted. We don't take it lightly. What he does is he takes the topic itself and he pens a spoken word in relation to that topic. So I want you guys to take a listen to it. Jade, I want you to listen to it, and then we're going to come back before we end, okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's get this played.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. This generation is like none other. Digital age children, cyber living, technologically advanced compared to those generations that have come before, establishing businesses before walking across university stages. Instead of bucket lists, they create vision boards that goes beyond wishful thinking, but their aim is to make it happen. Taking charge of their environment, raising their voices to be heard, they have become a force to be reckoned with. Not hampered by societal ideologies that stymie social progression, they move forward because reverse is not a part of their vocabulary. Wherever you go, wherever you look, you can't miss them because they are everywhere, involved in every conversation, forcing their way to the table, being a part of the decision-making process, cornering the markets on making you aware of their presence. Much like the age of Aquarius that defined the generation of the 60s and 70s, the age of Z defines this conglomerate of adventurous risk takers who don't believe in giving up, but they keep their head to the sky.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you, Elder McGee. That was wonderful. I enjoyed that. Jada, what'd you think about that spoken word?
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it? Now, how come I can't hardly hear you now? What did you do to your...
Oh, I had to move it because Chanel was jumping on the bed.
Oh, okay, okay, all right. Hey, Chanel, be nice to your mama so she can take care of you. All right, well, that's great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was written for you. So hopefully it can take you and help you to advance a little bit more as well. Malika Wallace, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. This has been tremendous. Again, I just encourage you to keep on. And when you're doing, great things, we're back here watching you. We're watching you. We're keeping our eyes on you as you're keeping your eyes to the sky. All right, this is great stuff. I've already begun supporting you. I meant to bring my package came today, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
From Jay's Luxe Beauty. I meant to bring it in here and show it, but it just came right before the show. So thank you. I'm going to go and try out my lip gloss that I purchased on today. So you guys make sure you visit her website if you need, nail technician, if you need a pedicure. What else? You still doing the makeup, artist?
Still doing the makeup, and I plan on doing facials and waxes real soon. So.
Love it. I love it. Hey, I'm telling you, and you'll be in good hands because she's a sweetheart. And she knows what she's doing, and she's going after it. She's going after it. And I just bid you Godspeed in everything you do. So again, thank you for taking time out. I'm gonna let you get going because I know you are ready to make it happen on today. So you have a great day, okay? I appreciate you. Guys, thank you again for joining us. YouTube, Watch Party, Facebook Live. I thank all of you for joining in on today and listening and supporting this young lady. I wanted you to welcome her in Mind, Body, and Soul Style and let her know that you appreciate her and what she's doing. She gave out great advice on today. She encouraged us. She told us what she was doing and what she was trying to accomplish herself. So, she should be an inspiration to all of us. Make sure you guys catch me on next week. Fourth Wednesday means Dr. Hill will be returning, Mo Faith Nutritional Services. and she's got a great topic for us, so you don't want to miss that. Tomorrow night, my second show, A&D Conversation with Apostle Dion Hunt. Make sure you guys join us at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on tomorrow night. And again, if you want to listen to this show in its entirety, you can always go back and rewind on the Facebook Live, and then you can go to my YouTube as well, because the visual and audio portion of today's session will be uploaded once the show ends, okay? All right, so thank you again. We appreciate you. Go to our website if you want to continue to keep up with us. They're giving you shout outs, Jada. I see that. They're giving you shout outs. And thank all of your family and loved ones that supported you on today. It's been great. It's been tremendous. And I just thank all of you. We're going to get out of here, and you all take care of yourselves. We will see you next time. And until the next time I see you, I want you all to get caught up with ANet. All right, guys, take care. We are out of here. You all enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe.